Welcome to Moscow, Mike. How do you like your new apartment?
Nice digs. I see where all that Black Ops funding really goes now.
Invoking Alpha Protocol does have its upside.
Jealous.
Of you freezing your butt off in Moscow? Not so much. Although there is a certain appeal to sitting in that loft drinking cocoa while you are crawling around in the snow.
Ooh, you're a cruel woman.
All right, down to business then. Do you have a plan of attack for Moscow?
I've got a few leads from Saudi to follow up on. We'll see where those take me.
Sounds like a solid plan. What will you follow up on first?
Not sure yet. The missile launchers were moved through Leningradsky Station. There might be intel there. I've also got a CIA informant codenamed Grigori and a mob underboss called Lazo.
Finding those missiles is important, although more information would be helpful. But from his file, Grigori looks like the type who would sell information about you to interested parties. Lazo might be able to provide some leads too.
If I go to the train station first, I think I'll figure that out pretty quick.
Yeah, when you walk right into an ambush.
It's only an ambush if you don't see it coming. I'll be in touch.
Hey there, friendos! Fredo Supreme, the American Dream, back with more Alpha Protocol. When we last left Mike, we managed to save a Roman history museum from being blown up. But unfortunately, we had to sacrifice Madison in the process. Through no fault of our own. Mike just wasn't quick enough on the draw, mainly because a cutscene was happening. By the way, speaking of Madison...
Sorry, Madison.
I'm fairly certain I did that in the last episode. I seem to have a nasty habit of not re-watching episodes after I finish them, mainly because I'm kind of embarrassed about some of my earlier ones. Hopefully I'll get more used to that sort of thing once doing Let's Plays becomes a little bit more commonplace for me, you know? Huh. American citizens with a plural. Interesting. Maybe that's a leftover from a previous draft in which more than just Madison would have ended up deceased in the event that you had saved her. Maybe there'd be a few. Wait, that makes perfect sense because maybe Marburg's men put a few American bodies there to make it look like the civilian casualties were much worse than it actually was. Huh. Addendum to the JR debrief. Well, Marburg seems a bit salty about us getting away in Rome. Huh. Hypocrite. So, as we found out, we have quite a few leads about what's going down in Rome, which is apparently being used as a smuggling depot for the weapons. This could be useful intel. You know what? Let's not do the sniper rifle, considering that I can never find it whenever I come through here most of the time. Maybe we'll run into the VCI when we do the train yard mission. Something about Grigori could be useful. Huh. I'll get this intel about the yacht. Maybe I'll actually try going down there first instead of, say, clearing out all the upper areas.
Ah, Michael Thornton. Welcome to Moscow. You are quite the traveler. Taipei, now fresh from Rome, yes?
I'm a little jet-lagged, so don't think I'm rude if I don't share my travel plans with you.
Terrible thing, terrorists. But if you keep them from blowing up the target, then it is good. I take it no one was hurt?
Not exactly.
I feel honored. Your first time in Moscow, and I am your first stop. What brings Michael Thornton, world traveler, to this humble bar?
Do we have to jump right to business? I could really use a drink first.
Then you are lucky you've come to a bar. I am short on cash, so you will have to make your own way.
That go for events going on in Moscow, too?
And here I thought we were not going to jump right to business.
A cough like that, this bar may not be the best place to hang out. Secondhand smoking.
I quit 3 times this month. Second-hand smoke is my way of getting by.
Well, I didn't mean to interrupt your coughing, or your drinking, but I wanted to know who Halbeck's friends are here in Moscow.
What specifically do you wish to know? If they have friends at all? Now that is a question in itself.
I want to know who Halbeck's working with.
That is a difficult question, but I know someone who would know the answer. There is a man, Sergei Surkov. He runs several businesses in Moscow. He may know who Halbeck is dealing with.
Sergei Surkov. Running a check on the name now. We're getting a lot of hits. He shouldn't be hard to find. Although, judging from his contact list, figuring out where his next appointment is could take some time.
Alright, I think I can wait a little longer. And there's a few other leads I'd like to track down.
You were planning to investigate Leningradsky Station, yes? Maybe you can do me a favor.
A favor?
Your American missiles are not the only cargo that comes through the station. If you go, maybe you could divert these shipments, accidentally, of course.
What, you mean change the shipping labels? And me without my label maker.
It is more simple than that. The box destination is stenciled on the side, but it is a code. Change it with a marker, and the boxes will end up somewhere else. To a friend of ours who will be happy to reimburse us. Maybe do a little business with you.
I'll think about it.
Do that. And if you need a place to buy weapons, armor, devices, I can help you there too. I may not know Halbeck, but I know many others who are not friends of theirs.
I'd appreciate that. What's the price tag for the reference?
Directing a customer to a shopkeeper friend, no price tag, just business.
All right. Thanks, Grigori. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you not being an asshole when talking to me, Michael. Other agents, too stiff. Others, too much cowboy. You come to me as a human being. Should be rewarded, no?
Well, looks like that meeting with Grigori went down way better than I'd expected it to go. Turns out being really chillaxed is how you get on his good side. By the way, if I had picked the aggressive or professional stances, then long story short, that would have resulted in Grigori selling out Michael's, not really selling him out, but more like giving away his presence in Moscow, which could affect the middle part and ending of a later mission here, as well as some dialogue in the next mission we're about to do. By the way, you may have noticed in that cutscene that Michael seems to be wearing a knit cap and a full beard, as opposed to the last episode when he had but a mild 5 o'clock shadow. I'm trying to play that trope where a character gets depressed and then they end up growing a beard to cope with the loss of a loved one, in this case, Madison. Yes, it's kind of a cliche, but still, it's an amusing one. It's a good kind, nonetheless. Well, whatever, I seem to be a sucker for cliches, alright?
Must be a small army out there.
Come out, or I'll shoot through those boxes you're crouching behind.
Wouldn't want that.
Wait, you are Michael Thornton. You are the one who caused so much trouble for poor Conrad in Rome, yeah?
He tried to kill me first.
I think we will be fast friends, darling. Conrad and I, well, we have our professional differences.
So no love lost between you two, then?
In this business, there is no love to begin with. Here to catch a train?
Let's ditch the interrogation. You're here for the missiles, so let's not play games.
Darling, I do not play games. And apparently neither do you. But we should talk. I do not want to shoot you, as I only have so many bullets.
Could have fooled me.
Them? They didn't take many bullets. You, I'm not so sure it would be as easy. I propose a deal. I am here for the same reason you are, to find this Halbeck train. We work together, we both get what we want.
Stay out of my way and we'll get along fine.
I accept your terms. Do not harm my men, and they will not fire on you. Is it a deal?
Well, considering you have the drop on me, then I understand your terms, yes.
You are such a man. So difficult to pin down. We shall see what the future holds then. But for now, it seems we have visitors.
And thus begins the Rome arc for real. I'm sorry, crap. Sorry. Here begins the Moscow arc for realsies, where you get to see the kind of wild and crazy characters that seem to be present in one of the most high-profile cities in Russia. And I just realized I forgot to switch back to my non-steel core rounds. Sorry, choked on my words there a second. By the way, eagle-eared viewers may notice something about Z's voice actor, and in case you're wondering, yes, that is Mary Elizabeth McGlynn. Now that I think about it, she seems to her German accent, not only is it kind of on point,
Hope you're not planning on getting
really on point actually, but it's basically, in my opinion, a slight derivative of her Nina Williams voice. Pretty badass, though. Oh crap, almost got winged by this guy. That actually worked pretty well. I could come out of cover to pop him. I could come out of cover to just slap the crap out of him, but I decided to just play it safe. Likewise right there. Oh. The green pip disappeared almost as soon as I shot that guy I just capped before the last guy, so I accidentally thought I shot a VCI goon. But looks like there's still green pips in here, so looks like no problems so far. Let's go for something a little less violent right now. This last guy. Holy crap, that was effective. Alright.
Where'd it go?
Good job, mate.
Hide like a bitch, die like a bitch.
Alright, just looking around a little bit to see what else is here. Checking every nook and cranny of this warehouse. I mean, if this is the point in Moscow where all the weapons are getting in through, then chances are there'd be a few extra goodies hidden in some of the nooks and crannies.
Just hacked a security system, but not sure what it was for.
Looks like it's unlocked some doors to the neighboring building.
Hey, Mike. About that little quip regarding hacking something but not knowing what it's for, that's basically how I've been playing this entire game. Hacking everything no matter what it's for, and even if I do know what it's for, I'll still hack it anyway, even if it does make something a bit redundant. You know? Oh, I was already here. Okay, looks like that sweep of the area took a little less time than I thought it would. Alrighty, I wonder what kind of cool goods are in here. Rifle recoil springs. That would be useful if I were actually using an assault rifle. And here is where the first kind of stealthy part of the level happens.
Watch out, Mike.
Begins.
I'm picking up movement on that water tower.
Great. Sniper.
Maybe I should apply a silencer, but just for this segment.
Where's on the tower?
I figure I will commence with the urban renewal project right as soon as I deal with this last guy in here.
What the fuck?
That went amazingly well. Time to hack something else.
I'm in, and I've discovered where the weapons are going.
Upload the data. I'll pass it along to the authorities.
Victory hacking! Oh, looks like I picked up a lot of steel core rounds for the old pistola and a little intel on Grigori. Oh wait, that was from the data disk on the table here. Sorry about that. Kinda got a little bit confused as to what exactly I was grabbing from where. Alrighty. Whoa. That is one rickety water tower. The city really should have decommissioned that bad boy a long time ago. Oh. What's this? An explosive-looking tank at the base of the tower. You should never build one of these really close to a water tower. Some maniac could come through and blow it up. Like that.
Timber.
And what do you know? Looks like a couple of goons came out to play. I wonder if I can get the drop on them. Oh, they're not right next to each other like I thought they were. Whatever. My silenced pistola can take care of them well enough. Hey, buddy. I think you should come out here. Your friend ain't looking too hot. Whatever. I can always deal with you from a distance. Huh. You know, for a level that isn't exactly oriented around stealth, I seem to be doing a pretty good stealth run so far. Normally that water tower segment I screw up a little bit and either get spotted by the snipers or end up blowing my cover a hair too early. But in this case, it seems to be surprisingly sneaky. Huh. Ice Cube was right. Today was a good day. Huh. 9,000 from that hack, and I got a little bit of information on Z. Okay, early 40s, German, cool. Ah. So, it looks like she seems to be a little bit of a loose cannon. In other words, basically me whenever I'm playing a Saints Row game. Wherever Z goes, a high body count is soon to follow. And I haven't even taken a single hit yet. Nice. Wonder if I can do a little bit of extra damage from the catwalks. Ooh, forgot about the goon on the steps on the top here. Oh crap, someone saw me.
What the fuck?
Man, that one guy seems to be taking a very convoluted path just to get me. I'm guessing I should probably ready up some Shadow Operative for when he does climb the steps, ladders.
Who's there?
Man, I am on fire today! Let's see, can this thing snipe him from that far? Oh, it looks like it can. I am hot tonight! And I am probably going to fast forward this bit right here because it's just a big lot of me running around aimlessly trying to look for any collectibles that I failed to notice from on the catwalk. Well, it doesn't seem to look like there's any rational way to get past the barricade. Can't really parkour over it. This ain't exactly Mirror's Edge. So, guess I'm gonna have to do a somewhat not so subtle way about going through this. Well, all aboard the pain train, everybody. This is a one-way ride. Can I get a headshot? Holy crap, that was awesome. Damn it. Okay, that was actually kind of awesome. I dodged the grenade while on a moving crane. Whoops. Well, there goes my 100% accuracy run of this level. Just waiting to the rest of these guys. Oh crap. It's a good thing that I'm still on good terms with the VCI team. Taking a single hit.
Come on out.
I then proceeded to quickly remedy that. Alright, this little excursion with the VCI grunts and the Russian mobsters seems to have gone exceptionally better.
Hide like a bitch.
Two guys still standing. Nice. Wonder if there was anything up here. There was not. Except when there sometimes is. I am doing surprisingly well at this level. Normally it takes me a while to get my bearings and whatnot, during which I usually end up blowing my cover several times over, but not too bad.
Going to find you.
What was that?
If you're wondering why I'm idling so much right now, it's because I'm trying to wait and see if I can kill one of the Russian mobsters with a passing train. Huh. Seems like whenever I'm not recording, I seem to be able to do that a lot easier than right now.
I heard something.
Yeah, well. Well, I'm never going to be able to do it in this playthrough anyways, so I figure I'll just do so. I'll just deal with them the old-fashioned way. Okay, looks like we got 5 goons left, and one of them may be operating a turret. These guys
That's what you
are
get
not-
for playing on the tracks.
Huh. That's weird. I don't maybe the train ended up running over the corpse of one of the enemies. Huh.
Going to find you.
Whoa. That guy kind of had the right idea. Stepping out of the way of the train at the last minute. All he had to do was avoid the damn train, CJ. Alright, one more goon on the catwalk. One down here who doesn't seem... Oh wait, there's 2 down here who don't seem to be aware of my existence. And one who is a little bit... who are a little bit... no, my presence. Alrighty then, stealth run failed, but the important thing is I managed to get a good way through the level before blowing my cover. The good news is I know this level's almost over because the part where you find the Buran, however, now, the Buran is right over there. Can I... Yeah, let's do it. Crap, that guy over there just jumped down. Rapid-firing gun that never runs out of ammunition, but you know what I got? I got thick skin. I got thick skin like my name's 50 Cent Jr. up in here, baby. You know what else I got? Pinpoint accuracy with my 9mm player. You think you'd step to Michael Thornton? You think you'd get an essay? I am the Alpha, I am the Omega, and I am the... Ah, crap, I just ruined my own boast. Fortunately, I managed to ruin that guy's composure with a well-timed shotgun blast. Even when I screw up, I still manage to amaze myself. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I managed to get everything regardless. Let's go check out that building, however it's pronounced. Once I figure out how to get back down, that is.
I've just walked into a toy store. Looks like the shipment's ready to go to its client.
We're not going to have time to warn the local authorities. And they won't have time to confiscate the weapons before they're moved out. It'd be safer to destroy them. According to the station layouts, there should be a storage room across the tracks.
Well, looks like we found the shipment, and it looks like a bunch of hype-looking stuff. I could have just blown it up and possibly got a reputation increase with Mina, but as you saw in the little opening segment, we don't really need to worry about that because it's currently at a 9 out of 10.
What was that?
Almost forgot to pick up his 100 stacks. Ooh, 500. Nice. And 4,000 from that little money case in the corner. Alright, let's see if we can send it to somebody for a little bit of bonuses.
I found the shipping manifests, but no mention of the missiles. Weapons, a lot of them, are coming through this train yard, but not the ones we're looking for.
Alright, get out of there then. It still could help us.
Be right there. Just need to change the destination address. Actually, I've got a better idea. I'll ship them to myself.
Now, I could have sent them to Grigori in order to get a bit of a reputation increase with him and a little bonus intel on Mr. Surkov's bodyguard. By the way, we'll be seeing a lot more of him later. But for now, we need to get our Tukuses out of this train station alive.
Fuck.
I wonder if we can knife him on the insta-kill just like Lincoln Clay would have done. And SMG recoil dampener. I wonder if I should have used the submachine guns for this playthrough a little bit more. Ah well. I wonder what's out here. Huh. Almost seems a little bit too quiet. Perfect time to use a little bit of silence when I'm operating. Oh, what's this? Multiple guys.
Who's there? I heard something. I'm going to find you.
Too late, Slick. I found you.
That must be Dmitri.
Whoa, that was amazingly fast. Looks like in terms of head strength, these guys clearly are not 50 Cent. My strategery of camping seems to be going surprisingly well.
Going to
Damn
find you.
camera would quit being so disagreeable. Shot in the tuchus with a tranquilizer dart. What a embarrassing way to get taken down.
Michael, I did not realize you knew how to kill so well.
I don't like to brag.
And so polite. Maybe I should keep a more careful eye on you.
Look all you want, but tell me what you're doing here first. You're mercenaries. Who's your employer?
Michael, I am not one to kiss and tell.
Fine, I'll find out eventually.
Yes, especially if we were to keep working together. We could make our trip to Moscow a quick one and efficient.
You're kidding.
It is not marriage I am proposing, Michael. But is the thought so unappealing? I am hurt. I will be in touch, Michael. I think we will have much to discuss, you and I.
I don't think so. I'd rather just kill you.
And right now I'm about to do one of the optional boss battles in this game. Specifically, one where you can fight Z, but despite what he said in the cutscene, well, despite what Michael said in the cutscene, you can't actually kill her here, but she's a little bit of extra reputation. I'm just trying to deal with the guys she's sent after me. A little bit, mainly, it's not Z that's the problem, it's the guys that come down to, she sends as backup. Oh, friendly fire. I never knew that could happen. Does not seem to be gifted in the aiming department. By the way, I switched to tranquilizers in order to make this slightly. Notice how quickly her health drains. And look how fast her health drained when I chain shot on her.
Michael, very impressive. What are we to do now? You fight like an animal, and you are not even cornered.
Yeah, I'm a little off my game. What's your excuse for not killing me? If you're just looking to chat, you're wasting your time.
Oh, I do not like to chat. Small talk. It bores me, as it does you, I think.
Then give up or shut up.
Give up on you. No, I don't think so.
You will hear from me soon, darling. Moscow is smaller than you think.
Well, I honestly thought I'd be giving the Z battle a little more than one go-through. Looks like tranquilizer rounds really are as OP as I thought they were. No wonder they're so rare in the field. And I even leveled up. Nice. By the way, you may notice that I'm now going to start putting more points into technical aptitude. If I can get it all the way up to unlocking the basic level of brilliance, then that means I'll be able to make a decision in a later level that'll allow me to... Sorry about that, had a burp coming up. It'll allow me to get the best of both worlds. I'll be able to acquire data and rescue an ally, but if I said who that ally would be, then that might be a mild spoiler. So for now, I shall fade into the next level now. So, here we are on what appears to be the final level in this part of my Alpha Protocol Let's Play. We gotta get on this yet. We gotta find this Lazo cat, ask him what he knows about Surkov, or at least the rest of the Russian mob, and, in case he starts acting like a dick, smoke him. Right now I'm dealing with his guards, so they don't become a problem. I mean, they won't later on. Trust me on this one. Hey, you know what? Oh. I just tranquilized that one guy. Hey, you know what? Let's keep tranquilizers going. Maybe I might find another boss at the end of this mission. Dodge that Security camera. Oh. Nearly got seen by the guy there. By the way, in case you haven't noticed, this boat is... why the camera seems to be bobbing, even though the boat isn't actually doing any bobbing itself. Oh, that actually worked. Yeah, here's a better look at it. While the camera appears to be bobbing, the boat appears to be just standing stone still in the water. I'm guessing that was one of the things that Obsidian wasn't able to do in the process of making this level. They wanted to create a bobbing effect to simulate that, to drive home that it's on a boat, but they also didn't have enough time to actually animate the boat. Ah well, you can't all be Uncharted 3. Now normally I go around, deal with all the other guards in this sequence, but I've never actually taken advantage of that one piece of intel where one of his guys is... where I get intel from one of his guys on how to disrupt the little game room upstairs. This is a brief level, but I'm pretty sure my dialogue is making it seem a heck of a lot longer than you would expect it to be.
Break of history. I'm the big man in Moscow. You wait.
Huh. Big man, huh? Is that why you have a stripper dancing for a crowd of approximately one person whom I just knifed and she seems a little bit too coked up to recognize what happened?
Put on some music.
Oh, forgot about this guy in here. And by the way, this little laptop right here, you can only unlock hacking it as an objective if you're very casual with Grigori back in the bar. If you're aggressive or professional, no laptop for you. Got a little information on the Russian mob. Sorry, love. No witnesses. What? That's not me being a dick. That's just me being a pragmatist. Besides, I didn't actually kill her. Just preparing in case there's a sort of ambush. Never mind the grenade that seems to be wedged into the floor, anybody who happens to come down the stairs. You know what? How's about this? The further you get, the less lethal the traps will be. Hang on a second, I got a little routine I gotta do. Well, routine that I had planned in my head the last time I did this. Well, before I had the capture card anyways. Never show weakness. Never show weakness. You are a rockstar. Without you, the mob in this town would not even be a slice of what it is. You are going to march into Mr. Lazo's room, and you are going to demand that he make you his right hand. Word of advice, Slick, when you're trying to psych yourself up, make sure you're not doing so in an empty room. That's usually death sentence number 1 when it comes to cases of lookout behind you. You may have just given yourself away a bit. And now I'm about to hack this thing and disrupt the power to what I assume is the game room. Huh. I wonder where that guy came from. Kind of poofed out of thin air. And now to deal with Lazo. I wonder if tranquilizers will work on him as effectively as they did on Dimitri and Z, and the Al-Samad lieutenant back in Saudi Arabia. Holy crap, that worked well! Okay. Time for stealth is over. Time to slap on the loudness and get this thing rolling. Come to me, my pretties. Oh. Let's load up on some regular shotgun rounds first. Yo, fellas. I'm in this room. Come over here. Nope, sorry, I'm over here. Too late. No, for realsies now, I'm in this room. Come over here, come and get me.
What was that?
You weren't exactly too bright there, Slick. Rule number 1, never be too eager to attack your opponent. That's something I learned from the pacifier. Oh, hello there, Ilyana. Sorry you just had to witness all that sick homicide. Huh. A gaggle of geese. Guy Johnson. Oh. You know, I actually never looked around this room before. Never really noticed this. Never really noticed this little Easter egg right here. Don't know if it's meant to be an Easter egg, but still, it's interesting. They even got that little flock of seagulls haircut like Chandler had in the flashbacks. Alrighty, now that that's over with, time to get off this boat. Already hacked the computer. Oh, wait, right. They're talking about the computer upstairs on the bridge of the ship. Well. If this don't look like a boss arena, I don't know what it is. And without further ado, we are about to get introduced to one of my favorite characters in the game, Sis. I don't know why she's my favorite so much. I'm guessing it's because she's just so mysterious. You know, she never speaks, therefore, you're left wondering a lot of things. What is Sis's motivation for coming on the yacht? Was she... Yeah, I'll let the cutscene rock.
Lazo has been terminated. Move out.
And by the way, they say that even if you regardless of how you take down Lazo, lethally or non-lethally. Oh snap, she's got some Smith & Wesson Model 37s. Hamilton Model 74s. I'm going to use tranquilizers on the G22 guys because I still like them a lot. Not interested in smoking any in this playthrough. Alright, that went surprisingly well. Now it's time for Sis, who, by the way, will light you up like it's the 4th of July if you get it. And when I say light you up, I don't just mean she will slap the crap out of you like the World Star Hip Hop video. I mean she will straight up do a Jackie Bryant caliber flash kick on your behind. Looks like she's done handcuff lightning as well. And tranquilizers seem to be doing quite the number on her. I honestly thought I'd have to use Chain Shot for this. Sorry about that, miss, but hey, at least I didn't use intentionally lethal force on you.
What, nothing to say? This silent treatment of yours is starting to hurt my feelings. And after all we've been through, too. You're just a kid, so I'm willing to let this go. You keep pushing it.
Mike, are you still there?
I'm here.
Someone was jamming the frequency. Are you all right?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, looks like my first time on a yacht went surprisingly... It was interesting. Throwing a party on his yacht. Dankest party I've ever seen. No music or anything.
What's up with the connection? Looks like something's interfering with the transmission. Or... Albatross. It's been a while since Taipei. I ran into a little friend of yours tonight. hanging out with your G22 buddies. She's quite the little firecracker, although she doesn't talk much. Well, except with those pistols of hers.
That would be my bodyguard, sis. And I know you spared her life. That's why I'm calling.
I didn't want to fight her. I was only there for Lazo. But she didn't give me much choice.
It was under my orders, Mike. But I didn't realize you would be there. Else, I would have instructed Sis to behave differently.
So should I ask what G22 is doing in Moscow? You guys sure seem to get around.
It's a rather long answer, Mike. One I'd like to discuss more, if you'd be up for it.
Is your bodyguard invited? If so, I'll need body armor.
I'm afraid it's required she be present. We're not supposed to be apart. It's how G22 operates in the field. But like you, I tend to bend the rules for the sake of the greater good. I'll leave the choice up to you, but I can't wait long. If you want to discuss your future, then meet me at the following coordinates. It isn't far. And come alone.
Alright. But I better not be walking into an ambush. And tell Sis to keep her distance.
I will do so. I will not wait long, Mike. So if you want to speak to me, you'll have to do it soon.
Well, it looks like Sis seems to be working with G22. One of my favorite characters in the game, working with one of my favorite factions in the game. Nice. Oh. Sis's locket only appears up here if you kill her on the yacht. Looks like I forgot a little bit of something.
It's signed Good Times, Stephen Heck. Yeah.
Nice Monotech billboard out there. Or Molotech, sorry. Russian letters always confuse me. Wonder if they'll come into play at any moment in this story. By the way, during that massive cutout, I also got a lot of goodies from shipping the Buran shipment. I honestly can't remember how to pronounce that thing to myself. And one of those happened to be a UC Wolverine shotgun, which is the second tier shotgun made by UC, basically. Okay, so here's how weapons work. Hamilton weapons seem to be pretty balanced. Samael seem to be slightly lower damage, but godlike in every other stat. Ritter groupings have great accuracy and stability, whereas UPs suck at everything except for damage. By the way, I'd like to point out the UC-50 cal is actually based off a 9mm handgun. So if you were thinking that that kind of gun can't fire a 50 cal, good notice. Good on ya. And I also got a bit of bonus intel for the after completing the train yard mission. Figure I'll get all this. Info on G22, maybe they might be heading there as well. And a little bit of extra intel on Surkov. Instra? What's that? A little bit of stuff about Albie and Sis. Currently one of my favorite characters in the game, again, because she's so... It's a shame that Obsidian had to scrap the original draft of the story where G22 was a lot more prominent. Maybe then we would have understood Sis's motivations a little bit more. Why is Sis a mute? Is she a selective mute? Like she saw something tragic happen to her and she doesn't speak because of all of that? Or is she like an Avox in the Hunger Games? She saw something she shouldn't have and someone had her vocal cords clipped so she couldn't snitch. Ah well, I guess we'll leave that one up to the historians. And anybody who's willing to start writing decent fanfics about Alpha Protocol.
Beautiful night. Let's not ruin it by shooting each other.
It's all right, Sis. Hello, Mike. No trouble finding the place, I hope.
You wanted to meet face to face. Why?
I wanted to talk about you and the organization I represent. You spared Sis's life. For that, you have my thanks.
I have something of hers. Here.
Did she give that to you? I see. The locket is a childhood memento. Perhaps those days are gone. Regardless, thank you for sparing her life. The gratitude comes from both of us, it seems.
According to what I've been able to dig up on you two, she's your bodyguard. If anyone should be saving someone's life, it's her.
That is correct.
Intel suggests she's an orphan. That you're not related.
I see you've accessed Interpol records, Agent Thornton. I thought I'd wipe those clean.
I'm thorough. But if she's your bodyguard, why did you send her to Lazo's yacht? Isn't she supposed to be protecting you? She could have been killed, you know. That's no way to treat someone you care about. And no way to treat a child.
Sis would not be here today if not for me, Agent Thornton. The world is cruel in many respects. And every day we survive, we've gambled against death and won. And the locket she gave you. Perhaps Sis is not a child anymore. To throw away childhood mementos so carelessly.
That locket? It's not a childhood memento.
Excuse me?
The locket. It depicts St. George and the dragon. According to the legend, townsfolk fed their children to the dragon out of fear to prevent its wrath. Eventually, the king agreed to feed his own daughter to the beast.
I'm not sure I like the implication, Agent Thornton.
I wasn't aware there was one. I'm guessing only she knows how St. George factors in. But I'm wondering who G22 is in the story, and who you are. I'm sure Sis could clear it up. If she wanted to tell us, that is.
She can't.
Can't? Or won't?
She's a mute. Let's walk. Sis will make sure we're not interrupted.
All right. So, what did you want to talk about?
I know to all outward appearances you're a rogue agent. I also know about Alpha Protocol, and in your case, it's being used for its intended purpose.
It wasn't my choice, really. One of my associates made the decision for me.
I disagree. You had other options, I'm sure. Did enacting Alpha Protocol change your mission?
No.
Then you should be proud of your accomplishment.
What accomplishment?
It's not often that one gets to turn the tools of their own government against them, and for the right reasons. And Alpha Protocol? It is a powerful tool.
Between Halbeck and you, I'm beginning to feel like everyone knows about Alpha Protocol.
It may seem that way. I'd argue you're simply traveling in a smaller circle here, on the fringe of international politics.
I don't know what you want, Albatross. G22's agenda? Doesn't seem like you have one.
No. We have aspirations, as does any government. But we believe that agendas are accomplished by careful study and observation. If the status quo is disrupted, it makes predicting triggers and events more difficult.
You sound like one of the analysts of Alpha Protocol I know.
Alpha Protocol has always had someone in that role. It helps them function as intended, no matter what iteration of the program. It's an odd thing. A government-sponsored program whose purpose is to prevent being policed by its own government. Now, what kind of foundation is that for a country?
I guess you have to trust your country and act in its best interests.
Do you trust your country?
I do. I believe in the mission.
I propose we become allies.
What, I become a member of G22?
No. I propose we cooperate. You will find that as extensive as Alpha Protocol's leftover safe houses and gadgets are, well, G22 has access to much more.
And the price?
Let us say I owe you. You've already paid me, in the only currency I value. What do you say?
All right. I need all the friends I can get. And for some reason, I trust you.
You won't regret it, Mike. We're out of time, I'm afraid. Thank you for listening to me, Mike. I know you have a great deal of work ahead of you.
Albatross, I need to know something.
Yes. What?
This business with Halbeck. I can still prevent it, right? There's a way to stop them. This isn't going to end well, is it?
Mike, it never does.
Well, looks like that conversation went amazingly well. And, by the way, I'd like to ask a little question. Well, actually, it's more like something about my theory as to... Well, feeding my theory that Sis may be a selective mute as opposed to a legitimate mute who can't speak. That wide open mouth she gave when she was about to explain as Albatross was about to explain what G22 was. Let's just say before Albatross said that Sis was a mute, she opened her mouth like she was about to say something. Something tells me that she may be a selective mute. But again, that's just my theory. Don't go quoting me on that. On a side note, every time I visualize Sis speaking, I always visualize her with Kira Buckland's voice. There, I've said it. Long story short, Mike and Albatross, and by relation the rest of G22, are on good terms. Looks like now I'm rolling deep with them orange-clad homies, huh? You ain't gotta like it if the spies go and love it. Watch a young agent show his strap out in public. I have got to start planning these references better. Oh, I thought I'd get a cutscene of Mike talking to Leland right now. Oh well, this episode's dragged on long enough anyways. So, I guess next time, we will be heading down to the Moscow talking to Sergei Surkov, ask what he knows about this whole weapons smuggling business in Moscow. For that is where we shall conclude for today. I'm Fredo Supreme, the American Dream. Holla at y'all later.